Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Dom here with the Still Night CNC shop. My buddy reached out, Hunter, for a business sign and a logo. That's what we're going to be creating. So I hope you guys follow along on this journey in these series coming up of making a sign through the software, using the software Mach 4 to cut out the parts. You'll get to see the machine in action, and then you'll get to see the final project come to life. And then we're going to drive to him and hang it up into his restaurant, and we're going to do a reveal for him. So I hope you guys follow along. If you guys have any questions with the software I'm using, or just any general questions, don't hesitate. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this content. It will definitely help the Steel Knight community out. And have a blessed day. Alright guys, let's go ahead and open up V-Carve Pro 11.5. And on the left hand side, you're going to have your startup. What we're going to do is we're going to click on New File. We're only going to be doing a single-sided. And our width is going to be 700 by 700. And the thickness is going to be 10 of the first part, this upper part. So we're going to hit OK. Now what we need to do is import his file into the system here, and what we're going to do is double click on this to get the dot showed up. And if you want to extend this in both X and Y, you have to hold the shift key, then drag out. And there's not really a diameter that I'm going for just yet. I can see that it's roughly 600. That's too bad, right? Oh. That looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit this little bird icon. That's what it looks like to me. And we're going to double click and wait for this to pop up here. No bitmap selected. Select bitmap. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit preview. That's what it's going to look like. So this sign right here is going to be the front part of the sign. All that is white will be cut out completely with the CNC, and it's going to be epoxy filled. But what we're going to do before we cut it completely out, we're gonna carve it down to right around a millimeter, all of it, and then we're gonna fill it with epoxy. And once we fill it with epoxy, we're gonna let it harden, and then we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna cut it out, or we're gonna mill the backside off. That allows epoxy to shine through. So, we're gonna hit apply and close. So now that we have the bitmap layer, we can just turn it off or you can delete it. And I want to name this one main main piece. Alright, so I accidentally closed out of that. So what I want to do is take this one, shift, and this one, and send this to layer 2. So we already sent this to layer 2. So we're going to come here. We're going to say back board main board. And then you got your bitmap layer. So when we turn this off, those two disappear and the main board stays there. So right now we have the main board pretty much, or the backboard already done. We'll turn that off for now, and then I want to work on this piece here. So this piece here, we'll have to take this, shift all the stars, pretty much everything that's going to be cut out internally is going to get selected. So everything that's internal gets selected. We gotta reselect that one. We gotta select this one. And what we're gonna do is say group objects. So now that they're grouped, anytime when you select it, they're all grouped. Like I said, we're gonna be working on this together. I'm not that familiar with this, so I know for a fact that this piece, before this gets cut out, this all has to be pretty much cut out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to the other side. We're gonna say that's gonna be our 0 to center, 10 millimeters, but we want to not come. We don't want to cut completely through, so we want to say 10. We're gonna leave it at 10 millimeters. Sorry, and above gap we only need 5. Sorry, I sound sick, guys. 5. Material thickness must be greater than. Oh, I guess it didn't. 10. Alright, so now we want to do a. That's on the line. We need a pocket toolpath, and I don't, because we're using metric. We have to select that. We go into tools. We change tool databases, not right now. And we go to metric. So for sharp corners and everything, we can add 2 here. We can add a, yeah, probably like a 12. And of course I have to apply that. Copy that. End mill 12. I have a 4 flute. Pass depth. We could leave all this the same. 5600 is a little too high for my. Alright, I had to change up the start and stop function buttons because I kept getting myself kicked out. Alright, so 1500 my machine can do. Plunge rate is too fast. We're going to do that at like about 225. And we can leave it at tool number 4, and we're going to say apply and select. And now we're going to select another one, a smaller end mill. We're going to say copy, 4 flutes again. Well, we can do this at 1800. We leave that the same. Apply. Select. Okay. So now we want everything internal cut out. So we're going to see how this works. Our cut depth. Our material stock is 10. I want to cut down 9. We probably don't need to do that many passes. Cancel. Let me see if I could do passes for individual ones, or if I need to delete. That's too many passes. We only need. Okay, something like that. 9 passes is probably still too much. You could do first depth pass is 5 millimeters, apply, and then the rest. Okay. So okay. We're gonna do raster cut. Okay, why can't I do raster cut? There we go, raster cut. I guess with that one I can't, so I gotta figure out what's going on, but here's one pass, that's what it was. Okay, so We don't want to dig down just like that at 9 passes, so we're going to say set. We're just going to do 4. We're going to say 1 millimeter just in case, project, calculate, and we'll see if it pockets everything out or if it just pockets. There we go. That's exactly what I want. So we're going to do a preview. And that should be, I don't know why I did that. Give me a second. Pretty much, there we go. Let me see, this is clear with the 12, okay, and pocket. So the pocket is going to get in pretty close into like the points here. That's why I chose a 1 millimeter. And what we're going to do is, that looks great. So this background of wood here is going to probably be like, give me a second. We go back to here. We go to material settings, Canadian maple. Now I want a dark wood. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So in reality, let me go back over. We're gonna say color fill, and it's gonna be, let's do white. We're gonna pretend this is LEDs now. Okay. So of course we're gonna have to rename both of these. But let's go back into our 2-plane mode. If you need a 2-plane, you could do vertical or parallel, or you can go parallel or vertical. And I like it this way. So we're going to head back over to, now turn off that layer. You got to select this to make sure you actually select the layer. And now what we're going to do is, this is sheet 1. I need to make another sheet somehow. I just don't remember how to do it. I'll have to look at that, how to do another sheet. Give me a second. It's probably somewhere over in modeling. Is it modeling? Layers. No, it's just layers. Add a new layer. Clip art sheet. There we go. Sheet 1. Edit. Sheet 1. I guess you can't name it. Edit sheet. Okay. Close. Add a new sheet. I guess you can do it like that, but whatever. Backboard. Backboard. And this layer, we're going to have to edit this one. This one is actually going to be roughly 30 mils thick. I'm going to say okay. Now we get out of sheet. So you guys are learning with me. Hey, if you guys have any questions, just make sure you leave a comment below and I'll be happy to answer that for you. And now the backboard. Okay, give me a second. I guess I have to go back to sheet. Back to backboard. Select this layer and select this layer and select this layer, and we're gonna move this to backboard. And now we click on backboard and now it's there. So there we go. Backboard is backboard, and I guess if you name it the same, it's gonna pop up the same. That's why it was red at one point, I guess. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're going to head back over to the other side because we're going to need to pocket this, and then we're going to need to cut this line out. This is going to stay in between. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this one, and we're going to make sure we're on backboard, and what we're going to do is pocket, and I want to cut this. It's going to be 30 mils thick we're going to cut down to 25 millimeters. And we only need one end mill for this because that big bad boy right up there, number 12, can definitely get that. And let me see if I don't think I have a bigger one at the shop, but if I do, I will change this and I'll let you guys know. And we can do offset this time because it's inside. Conventional door climb. We'll leave it like that. We'll do ramp plunge moves. If you guys don't know what ramp plunge moves are, that's where you don't plunge directly vertical into your workpiece. What it does, it goes at an angle, or it comes down on the X-plane normally. Like if I do 10 mils, it's going to go over slowly 10 mils in, back up 10 mils, and then it's going to take off. And you can also choose vector, but we're going to do this project. Selector, vector selection, I already got that. And you can already name it right here, so pocket 2. Alright, so this is what this is going to look like. And I guess the fill is white. Let's change the fill for this one. Dark red. No, that's too red. Let's do like a brownish. I know it's not the wood, but maybe I could do it. There we go. I guess you could do tool pass too. What is this? Alright, like I said, I'm learning with you guys. Alright, so now we gotta select this one, but be careful. We need a profile tool path, and this is gonna be cut out all the way to 30.05 millimeters because we're gonna cut through the project. We're gonna select the end mill to be used. So we're gonna, not now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down into our 12 mil and we're gonna keep it the same. Apply, select, 4 passes. Now you can always edit the step over depth pass is 9.5. That's how deep it will go on the initial cutting, but everything is done by the parameters that is set by passes as well. Step over meaning half of the diameter normally, so if we're using a 12, normally it should be a 6, but we'll keep the step over what the machine has it rated for. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There's an inside vector, meaning inside it cuts. Outside vector, it cuts on the outside. Inside, and it cuts on the line. Well, we want completely outside. And that means it already knows that it's a 12 mil bit, so it's going to ride that edge of the bit along the outside. It will never go in, unless if you have not so great stepper motors. And you can also put an offset in. You can also do separate last pass, reverse direction. And here we're going to try to add some tabs. We don't need 12 millimeters. I would say let's do 5 mils and a thickness of like 2. And you could put also 3D tabs in if you want. So edit tabs, add tabs. Let's do. Normally if you do that, it should up it, but maybe I have to add tabs again. Add tabs, there we go. So I want one here, want one there, probably not here. So you can actually click on this and move it to where it's touching a piece of wood. That's fine, and this is not because that's not touching wood. So we're gonna move it down here. So everything's touching wood now, and it's gonna be screwed in here, 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 and here, and that's pretty much it. So now we close and we go down to ramps. It's the same thing. I'm gonna choose smooth. There's a zigzag pattern, there's a spiral pattern. The spiral is coming down on a workpiece at 90 degrees or like straight down, but it's moving in a circle and it's making slow steps down. But what we want is smooth. We don't need 100, we're just gonna do 10. and you could choose the angle that you want. For me, yeah, that's fine. And we're going to project the toolpath onto the model, and we already selected the vector. And we should, wait, we're going to look at leads, add leads, straight line, okay. Probably don't need that. Vector selection, order left to right bottom. So you can set up all this here, keep current start points, optimize start points, move start points, corners. You can do sharp corners. Yeah, but I leave that like that. So now it's going to say warning, tool cut will go through. We have it material thickness at 30, and we want to cut through 0.05. Press OK. So now it's going to run 4 passes, because that's what we had that profile at, 4 passes, right? Right there, 4 passes. Hit cancel or close. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run into here. Click here to preview your tools. Play. And there you go. And there's your tabs. 1, 2, there should be a third one there, and 4. And if you don't think that is thick enough or wide enough, we can also go back into here, go back to edit tabs, and close tabs, wait, length 10. Make sure when you do that, you calculate again. It's going to say cut, tools will cut through. Go to reset, and now carve it out. There you go. Now it's up to 10. So the reason why you want to add tabs to this is just because, and just in case, that if you cut a project out like that, that's not heavy, let's say you cut a smaller piece, it might shift and it might catch the end mill, and it tear your workpiece up. It might break your end mill. So always add tabs. Just take a little knife later on and cut this by hand, or a little saw. You gotta remember, I'm using a 10 mil or 12 millimeter cutter, so I have plenty of room to get a saw blade in. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to preview this one again, and there you go. And this piece here will have the LEDs strung around. The LED box will be in here. This point, and I believe this point on top, will have the hanging piece. Sorry, it's going to have eye loops in it to hang up the board, his logo, and go from there. So now what we can do is we click on this so we can get rid of that one. We go to all sheets, so you can view all. You should be able to view all. Like I said, I've never done this, so bear with me. Okay, don't know why that didn't show. Play. Toolpaths. There we go. And you can preview all toolpaths. But you got to remember, we also carved out the center, so if you hit reset and click on clear toolpath, clear will come up, pocket will come up. That creates the rest of that. Pocket 2 will be clear, so it's going to get rid of all that. Obviously, we're going to be cutting on 2 different woods, so don't worry. And that is going to be the cutout. So that's how it's going to look. And we could probably actually change the color. So we go pocket. We want, say, fill white. Pocket 2, also white. Pocket 1, pocket 2, sorry. We don't want that white. We want that let's see if I can go for material color on that one. I'm not too sure if you can. No, it's not going to show everything. Alright. But, so now what we do is, if you want to save this, so we're going to reset this again. So we're going to say reset. We're going to click on this and view this, because you want to make sure everything is right. So we're going to go ahead and go to color fill. So we're going to say Oops. Yeah, you could write it in here. Pocket 1. Happy's internal logo. Calculate it. Next time I won't calculate it. So you got pocket 1, and then you got this one. So already updated. This will be rename. This is a infill, right? Not an infill, pocketing. So we're gonna say backboard pocketing. Probably spelled that wrong. I think it's just pocketing like that. Yeah, I don't remember. We'll just keep that in there like that. And then profile cut. Well, we already know what that is. Rename. Arrow over. Backboard cutout. Back. B-O. Board. Cut. Cut out. Like that. So now we know what those ones are. So the next thing to do is you can click on individual ones. You can click all these to see it. You go to save. You could say select toolpath, selected toolpath, visible toolpath to one file, visible toolpath to multiple files. And we're gonna just do that one for now. So we're gonna pick a post processor. I'm gonna pick arcs. You can directly output it to the machine, but when you hit save, you're gonna have it saved to a specific file. Normally it's gonna be in your V-Carve Pro file, which is in documents here. It should be somewhere around here. Give me a second. Okay, I don't have so much in here, which is good. But it's gonna be somewhere, because I've never saved nothing on this computer yet, but normally it would be in your documents file. But we're going to save it to documents anyway. New folder. Happy's logo. Open. Save. Now if you want to run G code or something, let me show you how to do that right quick. You would click this here. You would click here, and you're going to pick another post processor. You have .nc files, .anc files, you're going to have .m files, you're going to have pretty much a lot of stuff, and this has a lot of stuff in it. We can go down to G code themselves. Here you go, G code. I want to say ATC stands for automatic tool changer. I'm not too sure though, but that's a tap file. So this would be your G code, your tap files, but we're going to be running text files, right? Close. And then we're going to do the next one, save. And now we're going to try to do visible toolpaths. One file, everything I guess. The visible toolpaths use different tools and the selected post processor. Okay, so we're going to do it like this then. Let's see what happens when we save it like this. And then we're going to go in here just to make sure it's saved. Downloads. Undefined. That's probably my license right there. So backed and forward. Last month, long time ago. It's going to be in here somewhere. So, but I lied. Documents. Happy's logo, and there we go. We have it all. And we don't need all these. We could actually just do this. Just to make sure that I don't have multiple saved to the same files. I messed that up. Let me double check something. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, we're pretty much done. This is going to be probably one of the best designs I've created. And as you guys know, when you're looking through here like this and using this one, right, and then doing the pocketing is going to be a little bit bigger than the actual logo itself. As you see, the pocketing Did I cut it out? I don't know. Play. Let's redo that. Maybe I did the backwards. Play. That's the cutout. Well, we're not supposed to see through that unless if it's okay, so what we gotta do is we gotta go back up and make sure we're not cutting through. I said leave that, so I don't know why it showed that. Close. Reset. Play. There we go. So this is actually, like, if I click here, you're gonna see that this wood stays, and the other one will be shining through. So when we do both of these, it's not gonna have a pocket like that big, because this wood piece here is going to be a different area. There's going to be a different color of wood here on the outside, so let me do that for you. So play. So this was one piece of wood. The gap between this end and that end is going to be the difference of the actual logo. Matter of fact, I think I messed up something. Give me a second. We have to go back into, because we have to add another tool. We have to add the rest of the logo. So we're on the backboard, so we got to go to sheet 1. Sheet 1. And we just say reset preview. Maybe get rid of that preview all toolpaths. Okay. So we got to preview this. You see what we've got? We forgot this one. This one is going to be a cutout too, and this is going to be the cutout under for this, because this whole thing is going to get cut out first, and then these two pieces, and the difference between this and the other one will be the 6 millimeters. So I'm glad I overlooked that. That's why you always double check your work. So we're going to say close, tooling, 30.5, yeah, because it's going to be a complete cutout. Add tabs, edit tabs, add tabs, close, ramping moves, say 10, project on a profile, calculate. Yeah, we know it's going to cut through. It's not 30, actually. It's going to be 10 mil. So we got to go back into that, change that again. 10 mil, 0.05. You see how thin it is? That's how you can make sure that your model is, and it tells you right here too. So now play. That's going to be the cutout. So, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you the cutout profile of, or this one here, I mean. Play. Oh, let's reset that. Let's see how this looks. Because this is also going to be cut out, so it doesn't matter if I do this, or maybe it doesn't matter, but it might take it away actually. Yeah, it took it away. So anyways, the difference is going to be 6 millimeters between the two pieces. So we're going to have to rename this. Rename. Main board cutout. Enter. And let's go back into the cutout, because we don't want 12 millimeters if our tool, we're gonna do, give me a second, because now we have to select this. Okay, so we can come straight to edit, drop in 6 mil, drop in 6 mil, we drop in 6 mil, and this stuff should already update for you, and we hit OK. Now, here's the thing. Are we going to cut on the inside or the outside? See, if we cut on the line, we're losing 3 millimeters there and 3 millimeters there. That will give us our 6 millimeters of, I lied. If you look at this here, this is the vector we're selecting. If you do on the line here, you're cutting 3 in and 3 out. So we need to do on the outside. And now we're fine. Now we're fine. Reset. Look at it. Outside. Yep, there we go. Oh, we're going to say select all toolpaths, and that's how it's going to look. And you can see that line right there. That line is going to be the LED coming through. And then all this right here is the LED coming through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of creating a business sign. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It would really help me out, and I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are looking forward to more videos. This is part 1 of the series, so there's going to be multiple parts. And I hope you guys stay tuned to it. Once again, Steel Knight is very happy for you guys' views. And support. Close. Let's not forget to save this. We just need to save that one. Save it to there. And now we got it all. We have it all. It's right there. Close. Alright, so if you want to see something else that's cool, I don't have Mach 4 on here, that's on my other laptop. But when you import it into Mach 4, it would automatically populate. If you do, for instance, this line here, that whole thing will populate, this will populate, that will populate. You could probably do multiple tooling with this if and only if you have your probably ATC, your automatic tool changer, set up for that. So